Drone here. We're out with this white Spark that I picked up for $200. This will be the first flight on it. I haven't flown it before. I'm using a Firefly 7S as my hat cam. Hattie's on low power as always, and GoPro's on low power. This is the first time using this controller too. If you need to know how to connect the drone to the controller, I'll have a quick video on that as well. Well, we're going to go ahead and take off here, and looks like $200 well spent. Okay guys, we're going to show you everything from the app here. Your aircraft has entered a warning zone. Unpaved airport. Yeah, I'd like to see an unpaved airport. Anybody know what an unpaved airport is? I constantly get that where I'm flying here. There's no airport, and I find it very hard to believe an airplane could take off in terrain like this that's not unpaved. I mean, maybe on the gravel or whatnot, but I don't know. Don't quite know what that is. So everything's going to be from this. That way you can see everything that's on screen. You can see the complete on-screen display, and as you can see there, that's again, as I'll note, that's how I get some of my pictures of these drones in flight, and it's kind of just getting really close to it. And as you saw, the warning kind of popped up where it was 0.5. That was letting me know that I was 0.5 meters away from the drone itself. So you need to keep that in mind. This, I haven't messed it with any of the controls whatsoever, any of the options in this. As you can see, I'm 1 meter away, and we're getting a warning on it. And we're going to back up. We're 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and we're still getting the warning. At 4, we're still getting the warning. 4.5. At 5, it goes away. So stock setup, which is a stock setup, this is the first time I'm flying this drone. 5 meters, it's going to give you that warning. I'm just going to do a little fly back here. I'm not really going for range. We're not looking to go 1,000 meters backwards. I'm just essentially testing this drone, making sure the drone works, making sure the video feed works, making sure everything works as it should. And as you can see, it's working. I don't have an OTG cable connected. This was recorded with a screen recorder, so keep that in mind. This isn't off an SD card. And then as you'll notice here, keep an eye on the upper right where it says in flight and also the numbers. We're going to freeze up here in a second. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to freeze up here in a second, because I encountered it for the second time today. I encountered this lightly on my yellow one and detected, please switch off the. I'm pretty sure that meant Bluetooth is detected, switch it off. And here, I didn't realize until now, doing this voiceover, is that I had the Bluetooth on my phone turned on, so it might have been trying to connect to something here, or something was trying to connect to it and it screwed up the signal. But as you can see, it fixed itself. I didn't turn it off during this. It fixed itself. Just like the flight that I had earlier with my yellow Spark, it fixed itself. That was from flying my favorite drone, the Breeze. Note the sarcasm. That I had to have the Bluetooth turned on for that, and obviously it interferes with this a little bit. But look at the video quality, guys. This, and again, this isn't directly recorded to an SD card. This is being filtered through the phone and then recorded over with a screen recorder, which a lot of the times you don't get really crystal clear footage here, and we got some pretty darn crystal clear footage here, especially for it being pretty dark out. The sun's already set, and again, having a screen recorder record over. A lot of times, I know with the bebops, sometimes I get choppy feed with a recorder going over it, and we're not having any issues here. I am not a DJI fanboy. It is not my favorite brand, but I will say, I can't knock them. I really can't. The only thing that I don't quite care for with DJI is all the updates, but as far as flyability on these drones, it's amazing. And here we go. We're going to throw it in sport mode. Look up top, see GPS. It just switched over to sport. And we're going to do some running out here. I'm going to show you what the gimbal will do if you run out too fast and you try to do hard stops and hard turns. It doesn't adjust quickly. And the reason it doesn't adjust quickly, this drone moves anywhere from 30 to 32 miles per hour in the United States. 52.5 M equals 32 miles per hour, and we will hit that speed. So keep an eye on the meters down below. The km-h And I do have everything in meters. We just hit it. I do have everything in meters because I used to run track and I'm familiar with meters. I know 400 meters equals a quarter mile, 800 equals half mile, 1600 equals a mile, and 32 equals 2 miles. I'm familiar with that setup. If you're in the United States and you're not familiar with meters, you might want to switch it over to feet. You can definitely switch it over to feet. But I keep mine at meters because, again, I'm familiar with that, with the basically the world standard of measurement. The world uses meters. 90% of the world, I believe, uses meters as a measurement, and the United States, we use feet. But again, I leave it there because I'm used to it. Here's a little view of the town here. And again, look at the video quality. I do not have an OTG cable connected here. This is just phone sitting on a controller. There's no OTG cable. It's not a direct connection. And I've had success. I've had great success with this drone connected like that. I have an OTG cable. My eSheen 5.8 gigahertz receiver operates off an OTG cable into the phone, and that's how you turn your phone into a receiver. There's a little look at the frozen pond and a little look at the town right there. We're just going to continue to do a little panning around here for you. Just getting a real feel for this camera, getting a real feel for this drone. You will note that I will get a shorter flight time than maybe some of you guys are. I'm in the northeast Pennsylvania, and it's cold. It's below freezing here. I mean, we've been lucky. We've been getting up almost into 40s, 50s the past 2 days, but as the sun sets, it goes below freezing, and that's basically what we're dealing with here. So I deal with short flight times. And I can deal with that, and I'm used to that. If you're flying in the Northeast, then you're seeing somebody down south flying the Spark, and again, there's heavy pitching for you that the gimbal needs a little time to compensate for. If you see somebody flying the same drone down south, and you're wondering why is he getting such long flight times, and I'm getting short flight times, and you're in the winter season up north, then that's the reason. The cold. Lipos don't quite like cold, although in storage, if you're going to store a lipo, it's better to store it in a cold room versus a warm room. A warm room will have your battery drain quicker than a cold room. And then here's a quick fly out with you can see the difference from before and after. Quick fly out on sport mode. And again, that gimbal doing almost 32 mile an hour and pitching left and pitching right, the gimbal needs time to compensate. That's why you see a little bit of pitching left to right. If you have it out of sport mode, or if you're flying responsibly in sport mode and not really yamming on them sticks, so to speak, you won't have that. And definitely if you have it out of sports mode, you won't have that. And we're just going to do a little bit of a climb here. Not really to go max altitude again. We are just testing this because this is the first time that I've flown this drone. And we are at 50, 60 meters high. You can see a little car driving down there. 70 meters high. 100 meters hypothetically is right around the 300-foot mark. 100 meters is also in America, we watch football. 100 meters is the length of the football field, essentially. Just about end zone to end zone. It might be a little bit further, but that's what you can associate with 100 meters. If you ever had to run a 100-meter dash in high school, that's what it is. That's 100 meters. That's roughly about 300 feet. And you can see a car zooming down. Video on the Spark is amazing. I can't say enough for this drone. This drone is definitely in my top 10. It might be in my top 5 if I had to sit down and actually evaluate and think. It's the drone that I take to for shoots. Like I did a couple shoots today where I did an abandoned gold refinery, and that was the abandoned place I went to yesterday. It was a gold and silver refinery that was turned over into other businesses, but that's what it was in the heyday. And then we also went to an abandoned mall that they're demolishing, and I took this. Why did I take this? One, because the video is great, but two, because of portability. I could have took my Phantom. The Phantom has dope video capabilities, but it's big. It's not that portable, and I prefer portability, and that's what this has over a lot of what I have. And it also has distance, man. And again, you see that gimbal kind of twist as we're coming back and then straighten out, going super fast, making a super fast stop. You'll encounter that. So don't get worried. Don't think your gimbal's broke. Just easy on the sticks. Low battery warning here, guys, as you can see up top. And that's the tail to take here, man. $200. Get on Facebook Marketplace, try to make deals, try to haggle people, and I promise you, you could get some good stuff on there. Is there a possibility that somebody might say, "Hey, drive a mile, miles upon miles away, hour and a half away, and come meet me for this drone," and they don't show up? Yeah, it's possible. I've done it. Not too happy about it either. But all right, guys, I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. If you're gonna fly, fly safe, and we're gonna land it. Take care, guys.